창세기 26장, Genesis chapter 26. Now there was a famine in the land beside the earliest famine of the Abraham's times, and Isaac went to the Abimelech, king of Palestine, in the Gerar. The Lord appeared to Isaac and said, "Do not go down to Egypt, live in the land there I will tell you live. Stay in this land for a while, and I will be with you and will bless you. For you and your descendants I will give you all this land, and will confirm on earth. I swear to my father Abraham. I will make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, and will give them all this land, and through the offspring all the nations on earth will be blessed, because Abraham obeyed me and kept the requirement of my command and my decrees, all my laws." So Isaac stayed in the garage when the man of the dead places asked him and about his wife, and he said, "She is my sister," because he is afraid to say, "She is my wife," and thought the man in this place might kill me on the account of the Rebekah, because she is beautiful. When Isaac had been there in a long time, Abimelech, king of Palestine, looked down from the windows and saw Isaac caressing his wife Rebekah. So Abimelech smiled. Isaac said, "She is really your wife. Why did you say she is my sister?" Isaac answered him that because I thought I might lose my life on account of hers. And then Abimelech said, "What is this you have been to us? One of the men might have slept with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us." So Abimelech gave orders to all the people, anyone who most this man or his wife shall surely to put to death. Isaac planted a crow in the land, and the same is prepared the 100-fold, because the Lord blessed him. The man became rich, and his wealth continued to grow until he became very wealthy. He had so many flocks and herds and the servants that the Philistines envied him. So the old wells his father's servants dug in the old time, all his father's Abraham's, the Philistines stopped and filling with the earth. So Abimelech said to Isaac, "Move away from us, because you have become too powerful to us." So Isaac moved away from there and encamped in the valley of the Gerar. The settlers there, Isaac reopened the wells and that had been dug into the fowl of his father's Abraham, which the Philistine had stopped up, and Abraham died, and he gave them the same name as his father had given them. Isaac's servant dug in the valley and discovered the well of fresh water there. But the man at the Gerar quarreled with Isaac's husband and said, "The water is ours." She named the well the Erech, because there is this spirit. Then they dug another well, but they quarreled over the old ones, so he named it Sinai. And he moved on from there. The dug another well, so no one quarreled over it. He named it Rehoboth, saying, "Now the Lord has given us the room and the wells of flourish in this land." From there he went up to Beersheba. That night the Lord appeared to him and said, "I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I bless you and all increase the number of your descendants. For the sake of my servant Abraham." Isaac built an altar there, is called the name of the Lord. And there is pitched his tent, and there is his servant dug the wells. Meanwhile, Abimelech had come to him and for Gerar, and Ajuzat, the personal advisors, Picol, the commander of the forces, Isaac asked them, "Why have you come to me since you are hostile to me and sent me away?" They answered, "We saw clearly that the Lord is with you, and we said there ought to be a sworn agreement between us and you, and let us make a treaty with you that you will go to us no harm, just as we did not most you, but always treated you well and sent you away in peace. And now you are blessed by the Lord." Isaac made the feast for them. They ate and drank. Early the next morning they made swords and odds on each other. Then Isaac sent them on the way. They left him in peace. That day Isaac's servants came and told him about the wells of the dog. They said, "We found the water in Shinar." And to this day, the name of the long town has been the Beersheba. When Esau was 40 years old, he married the Judith's daughters of Re, the Hittite, and the daughters of the Elon, the Hittite. There was source of grief, Isaac and Rebekah.